Section 1. Signal Declaration. Machine payments crossed an important threshold. The question is no longer whether agents can pay. The question is whether payment infrastructure is becoming a default part of the Internet. A capability is becoming a system. Section 2. System Context. In the machine economy, every autonomous action depends on one ability: acquiring resources without a human, compute, data, services, other agents. None of it moves until a machine can pay for it. For most of the last year, that ability was experimental. That is what changed. Section 3. Network Evidence. 3 systems now define the payment layer. First, Amazon. In May, AWS placed payments inside Bedrock Agent Core, its platform for building agents. An agent meets a paid resource. It receives an HTTP 402 response. The system negotiates payment, settles in stablecoin, and returns proof, without interrupting the agent's reasoning. Spending limits are enforced at the infrastructure layer. Every transaction is recorded. The agent never holds the keys. Second, Coinbase. The protocol underneath is X402. It uses HTTP 402, a status code dormant since the early web, as a money layer. Settlement occurs in roughly 200 milliseconds, in USDC, for a fraction of a cent. In the last 30 days, approximately 157,000 agents acted as buyers. Coinbase has released accounts built for agents directly. Third, Stripe. Stripe's machine payments protocol uses the same 402 standard. It connects machine payments to existing merchant infrastructure. Section 4. Infrastructure Assessment. Note what this is. Not a wallet, not a single product. A managed payment layer inside the largest cloud platform available across 4 regions. Governance, settlement, and discovery on one surface. Machine payment has moved from something a developer builds to something a platform provides. That is the definition of infrastructure. Section 5. Adoption/pattern. One pattern is becoming visible. Within a single month, a hyperscaler and independent payment systems on other networks selected the same protocol. Not coordinated, convergent. When independent systems choose the same standard without agreement, a default is forming. X402 is becoming the rail. 402 is becoming the language. USDC is becoming the settlement asset. Section 6. System Risk. 3 observations qualify this. First, concentration. The rails are consolidating around a small set of providers and one settlement asset. A default is efficient. It is also a point of control. Second, demand. Earlier this year, one provider noted that demand was not yet present. What changed since is supply, not proven demand. The infrastructure is ahead of its usage. Third, sequence. Machines can now pay. They cannot yet reliably prove what they are. Payment arrived before identity. Section 7. Minerva Observation. Machines can now acquire resources without human intervention. The payment problem is moving toward resolution. But a solved layer always reveals the next one. A machine that can pay must now prove what it is. The next bottleneck is identity. Observation continues.